I'd say, what if I taken antidepressants? I got off like 3 months ago, and then I just got back on like 2 days ago. I just couldn't take it anymore.
I was on antidepressants. Coming off though, my last stand-up show, I talk a lot about that. That's no fucking joke, coming off those. Did you find it really hard?
Yeah, I found it hard. I found the harder part for me is realizing that I have to go back on right now, because I think I didn't want to have to be back on. And traveling in Australia it's just been tough. It's been tough to like, I had a good pattern of like fitness and stuff at home, and I've still been doing well, but just not as organized. Your sleep patterns get off. So it put me in I got real angry, and then I got like in a real tough spot, and I just didn't know what else to do. So I was like, I think I just have to get back on them. So I think part of me was really bummed out that I had to.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that. I remember when I had to go, I was on them, then I went off and went back on them, and I thought the same thing. I was like, I don't want to be trapped on it. I felt trapped on antidepressants.
Yeah.
It takes so long to come off them. Like, coming off them, like, takes 6 weeks, you know, to wean yourself off. I was like, I don't want to have to do that again.
Well, I got on them like 20 years ago. So I'm like, and the tough part is I don't have a lot of feelings. I have feelings, but it's hard to know what they are because the antidepressants kind of just make everything feel the same.
Right.
And then a lot of times some feelings I don't process. So I get in this tough spot where I'll get off the antidepressants so I can have some feelings.
Right.
But then sometimes if I'm not careful, there's some pitfalls, and that can get, pretty deep. And so it's just tough because, and it's like, well, like I want to get, like married or something one day. And so I start thinking, well, I don't even know how I feel about people sometimes. Like if I'm dating, it's hard for me to even know, because it's just hard for me to access my feelings.
They're numbing, aren't they? Is that blunting? Yeah. They blunt.
Yeah, everything kind of feels the same. It's like, oh man, I just saw that dog get hit by a bus, or do I like Sharon?
It's like, exactly. It's the same feeling.
You're trying, and so I was like, I have to get off of these, or I'm just going to be stuck in this cycle of not knowing how I feel about someone,
Yeah.
But then it's just gotten too steep recently. So I'm going to get back on. I am back on now, and then maybe I'll get off whenever I get back home.